HeR Interactive, the company responsible for the Nancy Drew game series that has been going since 1998, has released 37 Nancy Drew games in those 26 years. Have you ever wondered how they were able to accomplish such a tight turnaround? Welcome to Nancy Drew University, where we're hosting a weekly study sesh focusing on different topics from Nancy Drew history. This week, how did HeR Interactive make the Nancy Drew PC games?
The Nancy Drew series was first announced in 1996, and the first game, Secrets Can Kill, debuted 2 years later. The next two games, Stay Tuned for Danger and Message in a Haunted Mansion, each took about a year to complete and were released in 1999 and 2000, respectively. Now accustomed to designing and building these games and supported by the revenue of the first three, HeR Interactive was able to publish games 4 and 5 the following year. They continued this schedule of 2 games per year until game number 32 in 2015.
This schedule meant that at the time one game was released, the HeR team would typically have the next game about halfway complete, and would also be brainstorming ideas for the next game after that simultaneously. At one point, HeR Interactive was actually releasing 3 games per year when they added the 2 Dossier games and Secrets Can Kill Remastered to their repertoire. Tune in to part 2 for the story of how they pulled this off.
Welcome back to Nancy Drew University and part 2 of how HeR Interactive made the Nancy Drew PC games. Make sure to go back and check out part 1 and our other videos for more Nancy Drew history. HeR Interactive's first step in production was to outline general themes and mystery ideas. This usually involved reading a variety of Nancy Drew books. After they decided on a concept for a game, the designers would create a flowchart of all the tasks, conversations, puzzles, cutscenes, etc. in the game.
The programmers would start writing code for the game based on the flowchart, while the writers would start writing scripts for the conversations. At this point, the team would research the setting as well as the historical and educational aspects of the game. They would then start developing the characters, their storylines, and how they act and dress. While some processes changed over time, the characters themselves were often outsourced to animation companies.
At the next stage, 3D artists would build all the objects in the game, while 2D artists drew all the scenes in the game. Also around this time, the HeR team started building and testing the puzzles, and work would begin on the dialogue, music, and sound effects. Join us for the last steps in the process in part 3.
Welcome back to Nancy Drew University and part 3 of how HeR Interactive made the Nancy Drew PC games. Make sure to go back and check out parts 1 and 2 and our other videos for more Nancy Drew history. After the artists completed work on the scenes and objects in the game, and once the puzzles and audio were ready, the HeR team began compiling all the elements of the game, scene by scene.
HeR also had an advisory panel of fan testers who would test the game at various stages. Any issues found during testing would be corrected, and they would finalize the animations and navigation within the game. By this time, the team would already have a teaser trailer full of concept art for the next game ready to go, and it would be included after the credits.
Once the game was completed, the team would work on preparing for release. This included creating box art, updating the website, and making the game trailer. Physical copies of the games would be printed and prepped for shipment, and then the whole cycle would repeat over and over again.
The HeR Interactive team was pretty small. They grew from around 10 to about 30 employees over this time. The sheer amount of work such a small team was able to complete in that short amount of time is impressive. Stay tuned for more on HeR Interactive and Nancy Drew history.